Hey everybody, my name's Dorian and today I'm going to tell you how to quickly do your own research in NFTs. If you've been on Clubhouse, on a Twitter space, or even looking at a YouTube video, I'm sure you've heard somebody ramble on about an NFT and then at the end they say, well, you should always do your own research. If you're new to NFTs, you're like, I don't even know where to begin on my research. I don't even know how to look up this information, let alone what the heck am I looking for? Don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll have a good understanding of how to conduct quick initial research on any NFT project. Before we get started, I want to say that I co-host a stream called RareFud Radio with my boys Bison and Joe every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. EST. On this stream, we cover the Solana NFT market and all the plays that we're actively engaged in. I also want to state that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. All the information contained in this video is for informative purposes only. Now that's out the way, let's jump into it. There are two things that you need to know in order to conduct effective research. The first thing is where to look for information, and the second thing is you need to know what you're looking for. So let's start off with the first part of where do you find any information in NFTs? We're so used to going to Google and searching anything that we need and an answer popping up. However, in NFTs, that's not the case. I promise you, if you go into Google and search anti-social ape club, God knows what's going to come up. So if you're not able to use Google to find information, the place that acts similar to Google within the NFT space is Twitter. Twitter is the primary platform that projects use to market their projects. When you go on Twitter, all you have to do is type in the project's name in the search bar, and 9 times out of 10, the project that you're looking for is going to pop up. However, there are scam links out there and scam projects, so you really want to find the project with the highest amount of followers. And that's usually a good indicator if you're in the right place or not. Most projects contain a link tree that takes you to all the important information about their project. It'll take you to their Discord, their website, their staking website, their merch site, or any other links relevant to that project. Not only will their Twitter account have relevant links for all their different sites within their ecosystem, but their Twitter timeline will have information that pertains about their project. You'll be able to really get a feel about this project from the things that they tweet out. Now that you know Twitter is the primary place that you should start when you're researching any NFT, the next place that you should be looking at is their Discord. In every NFT project's Discord, there's always a channel specifically dedicated to the links, such as links to the white paper, links to their staking platform, or once again, any other relevant links that pertaining to their project. While the Discord is another great place to find links and resources to the project, one of the things that Discord has advantage of over Twitter is the ability to directly interact with the community and ask questions to the team members. So let's say you did initial research on their Twitter and you looked at their white paper and you kind of got a good understanding about the project, but you still have a couple questions. You can hop into the Discord and you can literally ping the team member and they'll jump in to answer your question. And if they don't answer your question, I'm sure there's a knowledgeable and active community member that will be there to answer your question as well. I do want to throw out though that it's very important to be aware that when you're going into Discords asking questions about the project, it's fine to ask questions like for clarification on a white paper or the utility of a project, but things get a little dicey when you start to ask critical questions. Let's say the project is supposed to be working on some type of tool and they've said, hey, we're going to scale this thing to the entire ecosystem and we're going to be the number one used tool, and this project has been building this thing for a year now, and you're curious about the development timeline and you go into the Discord asking that type of question, you may be met with a lot of resistance from the community potentially, but not only resistance, but the community and the founders will give you a biased perspective on what's going on. While this is good and of course every project experiences setbacks, so nothing against them, you really want to have a non-biased perspective when you're researching any NFT project. So how do you find this non-biased perspective? In order to find a non-biased perspective about the execution or the quality of an NFT project, it is important to find a solid NFT community to be a part of. When I say join a community, I'm specifically referencing buying an NFT and actively participating and engaging with other members in the NFT community. One thing that I love about NFTs is that it's filled with extremely intelligent people. Regardless of how smart you are, there's always something that you can learn from someone else. Also, a lot of these people who have been in the space for a while are more than willing to contribute and freely share their knowledge with members of their community. That's why it's important to identify great communities to try to be a part of so they can help you out along your NFT journey. And not only that, to help you to conduct your own research. This space moves so fast that it's literally impossible to keep up with everything going on. Also, you might not have time to research every project that's going to mint or that's on the market. However, you can bounce these ideas off of your community members and they'll do their best to give you a non-biased opinion. While this space is full of different communities helping each other out and seeing people succeed, two of the ones that stand out to me are Taiyo Robotics and Cyber Samurai. Taiyo Robotics is one of the top tier projects on Solana. These guys have been around for about a year now. Their community is super active in trading. They sit in voice chat for a large portion of the day discussing different plays that are going on in the market, and they're more than welcoming to new people coming in the ecosystem. If you're interested in learning more about Taiyo Robotics, check out my video posted somewhere up above my head. Cyber Samurai is another amazing NFT community that will help you out with non-biased research. Cyber Samurai's whole mission is to protect degens from rug pulls and to promote harmony in the metaverse. If it wasn't for Cyber Samurai, I wouldn't be where I am today. Now that you know where to look for information on NFT projects, it's also important to know what questions should you be asking when you find this information. It feels like hundreds of new projects mint every day on Solana. Not only that, you have a slough of projects that are already existing on secondary. How in the heck do you shift through all these projects to know which ones are actually good and worth investing more time in researching them? By answering who's the founder of the project, what's the utility, and what's the social engagement of the project are a quick way to shift through hundreds of projects to find the ones that are worth investing more of your time researching in. I feel like I mention this every time I record a video, and it's probably because I do, but I can't stress enough how important it is to know the founder and the founder's experience. Why? It's because the floor price is largely determined on that founder being able to execute, build anticipation for the project. It's so important to have a founder with a history of building successful things in Web 2 or having some type of background that they can bring over to Web 3 to bring value to their project. If not, you're likely to be just picking up a dud that's probably going to go to zero, and you don't want to do that. So when you're conducting your research on NFTs and you bump into a project and they don't have a docs founder where you can clearly see their history of experience, guess what? I would probably take that as a red flag and move on. Now, this is not a one-size-fits-all rule. This is a general rule to go by. There are projects out there, such as I mentioned earlier, Taiyo. Their founder is not fully doxed, but he has doxed his experience. So it's really important as a general rule to just take, hey, is this founder doxed enough to know that I have confidence in their experience, that they can bring value to this project? Because if these founders are not doxed in any way, you don't know what their experience is or what you could be buying into. The second question that you need to ask is, what's the utility of this project? The utility of the project can be found in any white paper. The white paper usually sums it up in a paragraph, unless it's like a tech product, and then it'll probably be several pages. In a general sense, you just need to know if this project is trying to just build a global brand or create a product that they're trying to scale and utilize to make the ecosystem better, or anything under the sun. It's important to know what this project is seeking to do because it allows you to quickly gauge it and relate it to other projects that are existing. Let's say a new project is minting and they're like, oh, we're gonna build a global brand. And you're like, yo, this is the most hyped community ever. Like, I think it's gonna go to the moon. You can bring that information back to your community and they can tell you, hey, you might wanna chill out a little bit because there's other projects that are already existing that are going to do that even better. But the key takeaway is having that knowledge of what it does and how it matches up to the other competitors that are on the market can help you significantly in your research. And the final question that you want to answer while you're conducting your research is, what's the social engagement? I know I mentioned this earlier on in the video, but I really want to drive the point home. Twitter is the main vehicle for marketing in NFTs. If you don't have a strong Twitter presence, that project is not likely to succeed. When I say social engagement, I'm not referring to the amount of followers somebody has on Twitter or the amount of followers somebody has in Discord, because guess what? That stuff's botted all the time. You can easily buy 100K followers on Twitter and easy clap. That does not mean you have engagement. When I'm talking about engagement, I'm talking about how often does this account tweet? How often are people liking, retweeting this account? Not only that, how much are people actually engaging with these tweets through comments? You also want to check their Discord. You want to make sure that there's an active, lively Discord. If you jump in there and you see that there's a message every 15 minutes, or even if it is active, it's kind of looking like botted messages where a lot of people are saying things without substance, you really want to be wary of that stuff. Seeing a strong social presence on Twitter and in Discord are good signs of a lively project by answering these simple questions of who's the founder, what's the utility, and what is the social engagement of this NFT project. It will allow you to quickly do research of any NFT project out there. Now, after all that research, I know you're like, oh man, by answering these 3 simple questions, boom, I know this project and I'm about to buy it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Before you buy it, there's a couple more questions that you need to answer. This was just so you can quickly do an initial research so you know if it's worth your time to even invest in. Go ahead and check out my video right here or over here or somewhere on this screen so you can know the top 5 questions that you need to ask before you invest in any NFT. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. I really hope this video has taught you how to quickly do your own research on any NFT project. If you think I should have included another tip on how to do your own research, go ahead and drop that in the comments below. Lastly, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Click that subscribe button and ding that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.